Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about the U.S., Ukraine, and mines. The United States has decided to supply Ukraine with something else it was previously reluctant to provide. It's probably going to become a hot topic for a lot of reasons. Before the conversation gets fully underway, we need to separate fact from fiction and things that once were facts that no longer are, because the dynamics and functionality of this particular device have changed. This piece of news is likely to cause an uproar, in large part because of Princess Diana drawing attention to a major problem back in 1997. The United States has agreed to provide Ukraine with anti-personnel landmines. When Princess Diana walked along a minefield, it drew attention to the persistence of landmines long after a conflict ended. And shortly after her walk, the Ottawa Treaty came about, which seeks to end the use of anti-personnel mines. Neither the United States or Russia are signatories to the treaty. Just because the U.S. didn't sign doesn't mean it didn't understand the issue with mines being left in the conflict zones after the war. It worked to develop non-persistent mines. Basically, they only work for a certain length of time, normally a few weeks. According to reporting and official statements, those are the specific type of mine that will be supplied to Ukraine. It's also worth noting that some of the reporting says they are command detonated, which means remote controlled. The Ottawa Treaty does not ban that type of mine. The U.S. also reportedly sought a pledge that Ukraine would not use them in populated areas. Treaties aside, there is documentation of Russia using anti-personnel mines from 2022 on. Ukraine has certainly used them as well. Estimates say large sections of Ukraine, up to 20%, have had mines laid since 2022. Not all of those, or even a large percentage of those, are the newer, non-persistent mines. When this is over, cleanup will take years. Not too long ago, the Biden administration wouldn't provide the mines. So what changed? Russian tactics mostly. Early on in the war, military observers were shocked to see Russian armor advancing without infantry screens, which are troops walking outside of the vehicles to protect them from things like Javelin anti-tank systems. Russian tactics have caught up to the modern era, and Russia is now using small squads of troops to advance in a spread-out fashion. The mines are meant to counter that development. The main purpose of these will be to slow Russian advances and stop Russian-aligned forces from getting behind Ukrainian lines. The expectation is that Ukraine will use them on Ukrainian soil. So, is the fact that they're non-persistent going to stop the debate from happening? Probably not. Mines are one of those things that are emotionally charged and surrounded by inaccurate information. Keep in mind, most people think a mine goes off when you lift your foot. Those are very rare, and almost none work the way you see in movies. Most fields also don't have warning signs. It's unlikely that most people will know the mines are non-persistent, so the debate will go without pause. All of that being said, regardless of the outcome of the conflict, with so many persistent mines reportedly being used, we as a world should probably commit to speedy cleanup of the mines left behind. If not, they'll plague the country for decades to come. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.